Mics are on.
I did the same thing. I did the same thing all the time.
Joyce, you're all set. Go ahead and start it up.
Good evening. Welcome to our budget presentation, our budget meeting for the fiscal year 23. Before we officially begin, we're going to stand to salute the flag. Thank you. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'm Audrey Beauvais, Superintendent of Schools. We will begin with accepting nominations for a moderator.
I nominate Jeff Day as moderator for tonight's meeting. Second.
All in favor? Okay.
Hello.
Could you just raise your hand for me, please? Do you, Jeffrey Day, swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the state of Maine, so long as you shall continue to be a citizen thereof, and that you will faithfully discharge, to the best of your abilities, the duties incumbent on you as moderator of the Maine School Administrative District 60 budget meeting on May 26, 2022, according to the Constitution and laws of the state of Maine?
I do.
Okay, thank you. I just need you to sign that.
I can do that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Good evening. My name's Jeff Day. I'm happy to be your moderator tonight. Just a few things to cover. Number one, I'll be using the Maine Moderator's Manual 2005 edition with a couple of modifications. Number one, as a non-resident, the superintendent will be allowed to speak and will be asked to address questions. Number two, as a non-resident, the assistant superintendent will be allowed to speak and asked to address questions. Are there any other individuals that we need to allow to speak? No? Okay. Some general guidelines. Questions should be directed to me, please. And questions should be related to the article that's currently being discussed. When asking a question, please state your name and the town you are from. We have microphones down front, so please, if you could come to the microphone so we can make sure that everybody can hear. And in order to ensure everyone has an opportunity to ask questions, please do not repeat questions that have already been asked. Allow others to have an opportunity to speak. If we get a lot of questions going, I'll allow 2 questions from one individual, and then we'll need to ensure that someone else has an opportunity. Please do not interrupt those who are speaking. And to minimize confusion, there will be no amendments to an amendment. The way we'll work this is if there's an amendment, we'll have discussion and closed discussion, and then we'll vote on the article as amended. If it doesn't pass, then a new amendment can be offered. If you feel there's been adequate discussion and answers provided, you may move the question, and that will cause us to take a vote. Residents all should have checked in down front, and you should have your voter cards. Let's see, Article number 13 will be a written ballot. So once we've had discussion, ultimately you'll come to your respective tables and you'll cast your vote. If we can keep these general guidelines in mind, I'm confident we'll have a productive evening. Are there any concerns? Okay. We'll get into, we'll begin the review. Audrey, you have?
Thank you. So just a quick review and highlights of our budget for this year. Of utmost priority for the budget is the retaining and hiring of highly skilled teachers and staff. We, like many different job positions, employers, have seen a very difficult time hiring staff. Even to this day, we are short-staffed. We're short-staffed pretty much every single day, all year we've been. So that has really been a focus for the board and for our school budget, and that reflects that. We did have two associations that were under negotiations this year, and that was the support staff contract and the bus drivers and custodial contracts. So we have reflected changes in their salaries and benefits based on the fact that it's so difficult to hire these positions, and we want to make sure that we keep all the good staff that we have. We've also worked really hard in this budget to make sure that our teachers have a one-time adjustment for their part of the salary for next year. Our teachers, our contract is up and coming up for negotiations next year, so we really didn't feel like we could wait that long to adjust and address the salaries for our teachers. So we did work through our budget to put something in for teachers. So the bulk of the budget, as you look through the budget books, you will see that wages and salary and benefits are the biggest areas that we focused. We continue, so I'll move on to some other things to highlight. We continue to have space issues in our buildings. We continue to have the structural issues at Lebanon Elementary. We had the referendum vote for the building projects this fall, and those did not go through, but that doesn't mean that we're out of the clear with our projects or our space challenges. So this year, fiscal year 23, we've needed to move the Berwick 5th grade students to Knowlton School to alleviate some of the stress in that building. And then we continue to look at what we can do and provide system-wide so that we are able to continue to house all of our students in the 3 towns. And again, the structural challenges that we have in Lebanon aren't going away anytime soon, so we just are looking holistically and big picture at our district to see what we can do to be able to support our students in Lebanon across the district and what that may mean for us moving ahead. So just a couple other things. We do have some positions, new positions in the budget. I'm going to give you a few examples. One is we have an advanced math teacher for the middle school that we put in. We had that position in last year. However, we did not find a suitable candidate for that position, so it's back in the budget this time. We've also added 2 to 3 behavioral intervention positions. We have the elementary schools have these behavioral intervention positions, so we're just trickling it right up to the middle school and the high school to again help with lingering kind of adjustments back to school challenges, just following, being a citizen and a respectful citizen to school. In our sports arena, we have seen a 32% increase in participation at the middle and the high school level. We have 80 girls that are playing volleyball. So the athletic budget reflects putting in an official position at the high school for girls volleyball for this upcoming year. That money that you will see in there not only reflects the salary, but it also reflects some of the supplies that we need to purchase for that, as well as some work on the gym floor for painting the lines for that athletic sport. Overall, the budget, if you look at the budget increase, it's 4.9% increase to taxpayers. So I think that's my overview. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, we will now get into the individual articles.
Jeff, you have a gentleman down at the front.
Yes, sir.
James Dupree from Lebanon. Yes, sir. My question I wanted to ask now, because it's an overarching question. With a roughly 5% increase, the school budget, once again, is a significantly larger increase than LD1 allows. Over the past decade or so, the slice of municipal revenues that goes to the school district has steadily increased, meaning that the revenues that the town has available for other essential functions has steadily decreased. Depending on how you slice those numbers, in Lebanon, the school budget currently could account for almost as much as 90% of our total revenues. The taxpayers have made it clear that they are unwilling to support any sort of tax increase beyond LD1. So my question is, moving forward, this is obviously unsustainable. What are you doing to plan for the inevitable point when the voters will either have to vote down the school budget or eliminate other essential town functions, as they've made it clear they will not support a tax increase? Thank you.
So I think what I would start off by saying is every single year.
Put it in front of your face, please.
All right, everybody,
Yep.
that movement.
Thank you. So how I would start off by answering that question is by saying that every single year we start with a zero-based budget for the school district, and we look at our needs and what we absolutely need to run the buildings, and we build up from there. And we always take into account that we know that we have a lot of community members that are concerned with the spending of the school budget. So we always try to put forward a very responsible budget while also being able to support our students to the best that we absolutely can. And that's always a challenge and a struggle, and we feel like we make that every single year. This past summer, we had money come back to the school district, and our board voted to give $1.25 million back to the towns to help offset some of the burden of that. So we will continue to work in good faith to have those things that come up, such as that, go back to the towns.
As a follow-up?
Sure.
Okay, so I appreciate that, and I know how hard budgeting is, but you didn't answer the question. What are you doing, knowing that your best efforts so far have resulted in the school taking more and more and more of the pie, and the pie's about to run out? What are your plans moving forward to deal with that when it happens?
So I think what I would say to that is, in addition to all of the budgeting that we are doing and looking at the money that we can, if we get money to give back to the towns, we are looking at different ways, and we continue to look at different ways to offset some of the costs, such as grants and different kind of funding options, so that we don't keep the budget keep going up to an unreasonable amount. So that's the longer term piece. We're always looking ahead to see what we can do for that.
So would it be fair to predict that we'll see that roughly 5% number decrease as the increase, the 5% increase decrease in future years?
We'd love to say that, certainly,
I
and
think we're past love. I think it's we have to.
No, what I would say is that we were able to give $1.25 million back. Had we kept that money, you would see a very different number coming in at a percentage rate, but we chose to give the towns back the $1.25 million, knowing that it was going to have an impact on our final number that we're presenting this evening.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. Okay. Moving into the articles. What I will do is I will read the article. Ask for a motion in a second, and then we can have Discussion. Article number 1, to see what sum the district will be authorized to expend for regular instruction. School board recommends $18,568,852. Do I hear a motion? I have a motion over here. Do I hear a second?
Second.
And a second. Discussion. All right. No discussion. I will call for a vote. All in favor, raise your cards, please. Okay. And any opposed? All right, motion carries. Article number 2, to see what sum the district will be authorized to expend for special education. The school board recommends $7,870,526. Do I hear a motion? Motion over here. Do I hear a second? And a second down front. Discussion. Mark.
I had a question as to the fact that the special...
And sorry,
I'm sorry.
can you just state your name and...
Mark Nelson from Butler.
Thank you.
It's okay. I have a question on the fact that the special education actually looked at a decrease this year. I'd like to know why and how it was done. Thank you.
Sure. We receive a lot of federal money for special education, and that's reflected in how this decreased this particular year.
In other words, it actually went up so we actually can do the same job or better.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yep. Sure.
Thank you. Other questions?
Jacqueline Weaver, North Berwick. What exactly does special education include?
It includes services such as speech and language, occupational therapy, physical therapy, any kind of more self-contained programs or programs that are really specialized throughout the day for students that have particular health and or learning needs. It includes students who may have an IEP for a specific learning disability or several disabilities, learning disabilities. It also includes social work services particular to a student who has a particular issue and needs an IEP.
Do you have specific programs for, say, like autistic children?
We do. We have 3 programs at Hussey School, one at the Knowlton School. We have a program at Lebanon Elementary, Hanson School, and we've got middle school and high school programs as well.
Thank you.
Yes.
Any other questions? Okay, I will call for a vote. All in favor? And opposed? Motion carries. Article number 3, to see what sum the district will be authorized to expend for career and technical education. School board recommends $39,793. Do I hear a motion? Motion over here, second down front. Discussion, please. Okay, no discussion. I'll call for a vote. All in favor? And opposed? Motion passes. Article number 4, to see what sum the district will be authorized to expend for other instruction. School board recommends $1,182,530. Do I hear a motion? Motion over here. Second down front, thank you. Discussion. All right, I'll call for a vote. All in favor? And opposed? Motion passes. Article number 5, to see what sum the district will be authorized to expend for student and staff support. School board recommends $4,491,440. Do I hear a motion? Motion over here, and a second down front, thank you. Discussion? Mark?
Mark Council Lebanon. I noticed that there was a major decrease in equipment hardware. Am I reading this right?
That moved to the technology budget? Yep.
No.
No, sorry. I just want to look at the line.
No, I understand.
So all the technology is that?
Yes. All the technology was moved into a grant.
Okay,
Yes.
very good, thank you.
Any other questions? All right, I'll call for a vote. All in favor? And opposed? Motion passes. Article number 6, to see what sum the district will be authorized to expend for system administration. School board recommends $1,367,372. Do I hear a motion? Motion over here. Second down front. Questions? Okay, I will call for a vote. All in favor? Opposed? Motion passes. Article number 7, to see what sum the district will be authorized to expend for school administration. School board recommends $2,459,829. Do I have a motion? Motion over here, second down front. Discussion. Mark?
I have a question. Mark Nelson, Lebanon. I have a question on clerical staff. We add someone on that one? Second one is from the top.
That is for increases for the
Increase,
position.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Very good. And the other question was, I'm sorry, can I ask another question?
Yes, please.
Contracted services, we cut that out entirely? It's about halfway down.
So the professional development part, is that to the 10,000?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. We're just going to pull it up.
Okay.
We're just trying to get the correct name, but the high school had something for students, for the 9th grade students this year, and so it's not listed for next year, but they will. Challenge Day, thank you. Yeah, we were.
Question over here.
Wayne Stewart, North Berwick. The increase for the administrators, principals, is that all of the principals in the entire district?
That is.
I mean, that's a lot of money. And we all are having issues, and I just can't see why they were getting a raise. I know they work hard, I know everybody works hard. I work hard, but that's a lot of money. And I just think it's something that should be looked at again, please.
Any other questions?
Can I make a motion from the floor?
There's a motion. You can make an amendment.
An amendment, please. Working off her suggestion, I will make an amendment to reduce that number by $10,000.
Seconded.
Discussion on the amendment.
Yeah.
Sorry. So there's an amendment to reduce the amount by $10,000, and it has been seconded.
We have to specify the line item, or is that specific enough?
You're talking about the salary.
The principal assistant, I'm just following up. I'm just following up on the prior comment. So it was to reduce the principal's, assistants, principals, and dean's line by $10,000.
That's specific enough, yes. Thank you. And so we have a second on that. Any more discussion? We have a second already. So. All right.
Can I, as a Berwick resident, just have a little bit of discussion on that?
You can have, yep, this is the time for discussion.
So stepping away from my role, these are contractual allowances that we have entered into as part of good faith negotiating. And I would say that the principals have completely stepped up in these difficult years. And I think to cut back something that was already negotiated is not the way to go.
Thank you. Any other discussion? All right, so I'm going to call for a vote on the amendment. So and that amendment is to reduce, can somebody tell me the line number?
Yep. Well, you can just say it this way: propose to reduce the principal/assistant principal/dean's line by $10,000.
Okay, did everybody hear that? Okay, thank you. All right, all in favor? And opposed? All right, the amendment does not pass. So we're back to the original line item, and we're in the discussion phase of that. So any more discussion? All right, so I'm going to call for a vote. That vote will be to pass the article as presented. All in favor? And opposed? Motion passes. All right. Article number 7. To see what sum the district will be authorized to expend for transportation and buses. School.
Isn't that Article 8?
Sorry, yes, thank you. Article number 8, yes, thank you. To see what sum the district will be authorized to expend for transportation and buses. School board recommends $3,802,224. Do I have a motion, please? Do I hear a motion and a second? Thank you. Any discussion? Mark?
You've got a new, Mark Nelson, you've got a new position in here, the transportation specialist. What exactly does that occur and why?
Sure. So currently we have a bus driver/safety coordinator position. And that person not only drives the bus, but is also in charge of training and supporting drivers with all safety measures. And what we've done is that we took that line item and morphed it into a specialist. And that position will not only deal with driving and safety, but also do some additional work around routing and evaluation of the drivers. Yes.
Other questions? Mark?
I noticed that we are now leasing buses. Okay, previous we had bought our own buses. Has anybody done a cost analysis since we've had these buses leased for so many years as to, is it saving us money, is it not? Have we done an analysis of that?
We've done a couple of different things. We look at not having a fleet and using contracting a bigger piece. It's much more cost effective for us, and also we're much more able to control what's happening along those lines. As far as the question about leasing versus purchase, we lease to purchase.
It's like a car loan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it's like a car loan, but have we done an analysis as to, is it saving us money, or, because I know as a car owner, if you own it long enough, it's cheaper than leasing it. And this is where I'd like to know if we've done an analysis.
So we haven't done an analysis recently, Mark. We do own these buses, so the lease term is a lease purchase, which is a special governmental lease that the banks offer us as a public entity. So we do own them. We do not outsource our busing.
I know you don't outsource.
Yeah. So, but we have not recently. We have in the past, but not recently.
Yes, question over here.
The director is getting an $8,400 raise, which is $161 a week. Would love to have that myself. Is the reason behind this huge increase?
What I can say to that is that this position is increased because all the other positions that are in this department have also increased, so we need to keep this position marketable.
Does the director drive a bus as well?
Yes.
Thank you.
Other questions? Okay, I will call for a vote. All in favor? And opposed? Motion passes. All right, article number 9. To see what sum the district will be authorized to expend for facilities maintenance. The school board recommends $5,611,572. Do I hear a motion? Motion over here. Second down here. Discussion, please.
Jackson, North Warwick. I just have a question in regards to the director's raise. That's $184 a week.
So,
It's a $9,000 raise.
yes.
I got a raise this year, nowhere near that.
So, ma'am, that's not this article, that was article. That's okay, sorry.
This
It is Article 9. Yeah, she's looking at this one. Yeah.
Sorry?
Yeah, you're looking at Article 9, right?
for facilities.
Yeah, it's just,
Okay, I'm sorry, I thought we were talking about Article 8 again. Sorry, my apologies. Go right ahead, sorry.
That was my question. I just was questioning the amount of the raise. Comes out to $184. I just
So the answer is the same one as we did before with the transportation director. All of this department went up, so it's keeping this position marketable.
James Creek, Lebanon. I've got a question that actually goes back to some information information you gave us last week in Lebanon. When we met there, you told me that there were only 2 positions that had a 10% salary increase, and you told me that they were in the I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time remembering which support services, I believe you said, administrative services department.
Nope, that was system admin.
Systems admin,
Yep.
that's it.
Yes.
I see a 10% increase in the Article 9 director. There was 10% increases in the last article we just dealt with. There's a lot more 10% increases than we fessed up to last week.
Well, what I was responding to last week when we were talking was specific to this area of system admin.
I think
That was the specific question that I was answering.
there was a specific
Right.
question about system admin and 10% increase for.
Right, but you told me there
Yes.
were 1 or 2 positions, and I'm seeing a lot more than 1 or 2.
In
10% increases.
in system admin was how I answered the question, because that was how it was, how that was given.
Okay,
Yep.
I misunderstood.
Sure, thank you.
Additional questions? Okay, I will call for the vote. All in favor, please? And opposed? Motion passes. You've got me checking my article numbers here. Article number 10, to see what sum the district will be authorized to expend for debt service and other commitments. School board recommends $0. Do I hear a motion? Motion over here, second over here. Any discussion? Okay, I will call for a vote. All in favor? And opposed? All right, motion passes. Article number 11, to see what sum the district will be authorized to expend for all other expenditures. School board recommends $25,000. Do I hear a motion? Motion over here. Second, please. Second down here. Thank you. Discussion.
Robert Travers from Lebanon. I see here that 25,000 is going to contingency. Can we define what that actually means?
What's your food service contingency?
It's for for school nutrition contingency.
Okay. I just don't know why we just don't put that.
Why we just don't, I'm sorry.
Why we just don't put school nutrition contingency and just contingency.
Can you take that note?
Yeah, we'll take that note.
Thank you. Additional question, Mark?
Just take that.
Mark Russell, Lebanon. I noticed they got a bookmobile. Did they feel it wasn't being utilized properly, or just the fact that that's one way they can, you know?
So the bookmobile, a couple things. We, and that's under a different article, but. Yes, sorry. So we have the bus. We had a bus driver driving the bus, and then we had somebody who was actually doing the bookmobile itself. We've put that out for advertising, and we haven't found somebody to run that quite yet. And the bus has also close to extending its time, so we definitely need to look at different ways to support different kind of a vehicle, so that we don't need to take up a driver when we're so short-staffed with drivers, and then we need a director for the Tri-Town bookmobile. So that's definitely we're holding that place. We're going to actively continue looking and morphing that, because it was a great service for our communities. Yeah.
That I was concerned about.
Yes.
Any other questions? Okay, call for a vote, please. All in favor? And opposed? Motion passes. All right, Article 12. Articles 12 through 13 raise funds for the proposed school budget. I'll read Article number 12. To see what sum the district will appropriate for the total cost of funding public education from kindergarten to grade 12 as described in the Essential Programs and Services Funding Act, and to see what sum the district will raise and assess as each municipality's contribution to the total cost of funding public education from kindergarten to grade 12 as described in the Essential Programs and Services Funding Act, in accordance with the Maine Revised Statutes, Title 20-A, Section 15688. The recommended amounts set forth below are total appropriated by municipality, Town of Berwick, $16,069,726.37. Town of Lebanon, $12,126,927.62. The Town of North Berwick, $8,209,613.27. The total appropriated sum from the above is $36,406,267.26. The total raised and district assessments by municipality. Town of Berwick, $5,877,322. Town of Lebanon, $4,623,216. And the Town of North Berwick, $4,393,842. Total raised from the sum of the above is $14,894,380. As an explanation, the district's contribution to the total cost of funding public education from kindergarten to grade 12, as described in the Essential Programs and Services Funding Act, is the amount of money determined by state law to be the minimum amount that the district must raise and assess in order to receive the full amount of state dollars. Do I have a motion? Motion down here. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second over here. Do I have any discussion? Okay. Seeing none, I will call for, this is going to be a written ballot. So at this time, you should all...
No, this one's not, we have to do 12. You have 12 first, and then the written ballot is 13.
I'm sorry. Sorry, thank you.
All right, we're going to get you there. It's been 2 years since we've done this in
Yes, thank you.
person.
All right, so I am going to call for a vote on Article number 12. All in favor? Okay, and opposed? All right, motion passes. Thank you.
Now you can do it, Joe.
All right. So now we're going to do Article 13, and that one will be the written ballot. All right, I'll read Article number 13. To see what sum the district will raise and appropriate in additional local funds, the recommended amount is $6,439,777, which exceeds the state's Essential Programs and Services allocation model by the recommended amount of $6,439,777 as required to fund the budget recommended by the school board. The school board recommends $6,439,777, which exceeds the state's Essential Programs and Services allocation model by $6,439,777. The school board gives the following reasons for exceeding the state's Essential Programs and Services funding model. Some curriculum decisions that the board of directors has made and our communities have supported, such as full-time nurses, guidance counselors in each school, as well as reasonable class sizes. Fundamentally, however, the primary reason is that the EPS formula does not fully recognize all of the costs necessary to maintain school programs and services. As an additional explanation, the additional local funds are those locally raised funds over and above the district's local contribution to the total cost of funding public education from kindergarten to grade 12, as described in the Essential Programs and Services Funding Act, and local amounts raised for the annual payment on non-state funded debt service that will help achieve the district budget for educational programs. Let's see. Hang on a second. All right, so do I have a motion? Motion. Do I have a second? Second. Discussion.
Thanks. Just a math question. A couple of math questions, actually. Roughly $6.5 million, I'm assuming, is not included in the numbers in Article 12? So it's in addition to Article 12?
Hold on one second. Let me look at a spreadsheet I have just to make sure. The way this is worded is
It's
confusing,
great.
yes.
That's
Hold on one moment. Let me take a look. So, bear with me. I'll be right with you. Right. 36406. So the 36, let me, if we add that together, what do we get? So according to the ED 279, which is the state calculation of our subsidy, the 36,406,267 is the amount they estimate it should cost us to run our schools. The 6 million is what we go over above that amount.
Okay, so it is an addition.
It is an addition.
Okay, then my next question is, I'm assuming, I just want to get clarification, that roughly 2.13 million added to each of these I'm assuming it's allocated across the 3 towns on the same ratios as above, or is it 30-30-30?
It is not 30-30-30. So if you look at,
So it's apportioned on the same ratios as the one above it?
it's right, it's those same ratios. The way those are calculated is we take the valuation of the town as half, and we take the student count as half, and we make a blended percentage, and that's how we allocate to each.
Thank you.
Sorry for the delay.
It's okay.
Yeah, and be thorough, that's right, very good. Any other questions? Okay, seeing none, now we will do the written ballot. So if you can all go to your respective tables, cast your ballot. I'm just making sure everybody has voted. Okay, thank you. So the Thank you for voting, everyone. The results of the vote are 23 yes and 7 no. So the motion passes. All right.
Oh, thanks.
All right, Article number 14 summarizes the proposed school budget. I'll read the article. To see what sum the district will authorize the school board to expend for the fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2020 and ending June 30, 2023 from the district's contribution to the total cost of funding public education from kindergarten to grade 12 as described in the Essential Programs and Services Funding Act, non-state funded school construction projects, additional local funds for school purposes under the Maine Revised Statutes, Title 20-A, Section 15690, unexpended balances, tuition receipts, state subsidy, and other receipts for the support of schools. The school board recommends $45,419,138. Do I hear a motion? Down here, do I hear a second, please? Second over here. Discussion, please. All right, seeing none, I will call for a vote. All in favor, please. And opposed. Motion passes. Article 15 raises and appropriates funds for the school nutrition program. I'll read the article. It says, to see if the district will raise and appropriate $140,000 for the school nutrition program with authorization to expend any additional incidental or miscellaneous receipts in the interest and for the well-being of the school nutrition program. Do I hear a motion? A motion and a second? Did you second the motion? Yep. Question?
Yeah, just one more clarification question. I assume that Articles 15 and 16 are in addition to the amounts we voted on in Articles 12 and 13? Thank you.
Good question. Any other questions? All right, seeing none, I'll call for a vote. All in favor, please. And opposed. Motion passes. Thank you. All right, Article 16 authorizes the adult education program and raises the local share. To see if the district will appropriate $328,328 for adult education and raise $190,265 as the local share, with authorization to expend any additional incidental or miscellaneous receipts in the interest and for the well-being of the adult education program. Do I hear a motion? Down here in a second, please. Over here. And discussion. Mark?
My question is, we're authorizing a specific share of this amount, even though it's not its own that we raise. Where is the rest coming from? That's what I would like to know. That's all.
Open that. I can tackle this. So we have the proposed $190,265 coming from the local share. Our state subsidy for the program comes is $61,341, and there is fund balance we're using of $76,722.
Any other questions? Okay, I'll call for a vote, please. All in favor? And opposed? Motion passes. Article 17 authorizes expenditures of grants and other receipts. In addition to amounts approved in the preceding articles, shall the school board be authorized to expend such other sums as may be received from federal or state grants or programs or other sources during the fiscal year for school and other program purposes, provided that such grants, programs, or other sources do not require the expenditure of other funds not previously appropriated. Do I have a motion? Motion down here. Second, please. Second over here. Discussion. Okay, seeing none, I'll call for a vote. All in favor? And opposed? Motion passes. Okay, that is the article, yes. Everybody agree?
Do you need a motion for an adjournment, though? Someone
Well,
like that?
just a second here.
Nothing.
All right. Yeah, so any other items that we need to cover?
Move to adjourn.
All right, I have a motion to adjourn. Anybody, lots of seconds. All in favor? All right, thank you. Just as a reminder, on the front of your book is when your respective town facilities will be open for voting, so please remember to vote on the 14th. Thank you very much. Appreciate the questions. They're all very good questions.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
We're gonna go to the library. Makes sense.
Thank you, John.
You're welcome. Nice job.
Oh my gosh. What are you doing? How are you surviving? Good. Where are they?